One of the questions I get asked quite a lot about is how do I prepare scrapbooking layouts for either single or mainly I do double page layouts. So I'm going to try and explain that to you. So if that's what you'd like to learn today, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Nicola. I'm from Creative West Aussie. I'm going to try and demonstrate this for you today, showing you basically what tools I use to put my pages together. The first thing I do is I have my photos developed. So I'll show you that I store them in here. So I'm hoping that by the end of this session you will know how to select your papers, what photos you're going to put on a layout, and show you what I've come up with for the one I'm planning. So as I mentioned, I keep most of my photos in here. So I'll use the example that I'm doing right now. So the 2014 is what I'm working on. I'm working in spring. I have a list, just write it on pencil here, and I work out where this theme is going to go within my chronological albums, which you saw on the screen behind me earlier. So this is my Katy Perry concert photo. So this is how I keep a record of what needs to go in my chronological album. Once I know what photos I'm up to, I will get them printed out. So I usually just go to a local printer, and these are like my standard 6x4s with no border. This is an example, not of the same subject obviously, but this is actually my craft room. This is the one where I put a border on it so that I don't have to put a white mat underneath it. And this is the shape that I choose when I don't want to change what's in my aspect of my photo. So I think it's choose no frame or fill frame or something like that. That would be where this one comes from, but I've cut it down. And then I also cut down lots of 3x2s. So these come together as a 6x4. I think it's in the collage section of where I get it printed, and then I just cut them in half. So that's my first stage, printing out my photos. Then I get all my photos, I look through them all, start looking at how big my album is to work out how much I want to fit in there, if it's getting quite large or if I'm going to do 2 albums for that year. So in this instance I'm going to pick a double page, and then I'm looking at which photos I love, which ones are the best quality, which ones I love but they don't have good quality. Oops, sorry, they're all in different directions. Sorry, if it's not bordered, I can cut it down as well. So that's where my first decision making comes from. Once I have cut them all down, then I start laying them on a page. Now, I know that I will have preparation for a double page. So in this instance, I've already pre-prepared because I've already got this double page that actually says Katy Perry on there. That's what my theme is. I also look at any other memorabilia I might have. So I do keep all of my memorabilia in a box. Actually, I've got my box right here. So this box is just all the bits and bobs from that year. So that's how I can find those bits of memorabilia when I need them. And then I will go through my photos. So in this instance, I have decided that I can fit smaller photos in, and I'm also deciding that I've got a lot of photos I'd like to use. So I'm choosing, and because this one wasn't very good, these ones weren't very good quality, I'm going to put that piece one down, put them together. So these are some that I have looked at and I've thought, oh, shall I put these all on one page? What else shall I put on this page? And this is what I've come up with. Remembering in this instance, this layout, I only want it to be a double page. Naturally, I could do 2 pages, 1 page, 4, 6, or even an odd number. This would have been a larger photo and I've cut it down. So looking at a 6x4, just taken the edges off, and the same with this one here is this one cut down. I have also decided that because I've got lots of photos and I don't want to do more than double page, I'm going to start using memory protectors, or we call them flip flaps, from Close to My Heart. Don't worry about the prices on there, they're probably a little bit old because I keep these in my stash all the time. They have a portrait one and a landscape one. Now these you can either put underneath your protector and cut a hole in your protector, or you can lay it over the top. I usually prefer it over the top. And the same as, it just depends on how you want your photo to go. So I could use this one, put it there and flip it. So you'd have a photo on the front, a photo on the back. You just have to orientate them the right way, flip it over, and then you've got that one underneath. So it can either go that way, or you can choose to go this way. So just remember though, so if I choose this way, I've got the photo that's going to, once I slide it in, that will go on the top. The photo that will go at the back, just grab that, like that, and the one that will go underneath. Now, you don't have to have photos on every section, so when it's stuck in, it's going to go like that and cover those. You can have journaling there, but I wanted to fit all these photos because this was my daughter's first concert and she really took lots and lots of photos. So you saw that 6x4 of that. I didn't think it was important enough to do that as a 6x4, so again I'm going to put flip flaps in there. Now just remembering your choice of orientation depends on if you want this to go outside the area that you're working on. Yeah, that would make your page even bigger. So when I was making albums for, you know, an elderly relative of mine, sometimes if it was too big to handle it became a problem, so it was better to go that way. So you've got options is basically what I'm saying. And then lastly, I had some bigger photos, 6x4s that were good photos, and I did want to keep them in there as they were. Trying to just cover some of my daughter's face. And then I also decided that I would like that as a flip flap, because I'm actually going to put another size, which this one here is a 6x4 or 4x6, whichever one you want to call it, which is your standard photo size, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to go that way or use the other orientation that way yet. But I have my two photos, I'll just get them out, that I wanted to use for those. So this one here is going to go underneath, and then this one here is going to go on top. So first of all, that is my layout. Of course, I can spread them further apart or closer together, put big or smaller photos on them, and work out which ones are going to lift up and use flip flaps. That's my first stage. Now I've picked my orientation, I've decided that I want these flip flaps or these photos to go this way, because what they're covering here is not going to impact me too much when we're looking at it. Okay, I'm also choosing colours on top that are going to give this page nice balance when it's on the first page you look at. So I'm probably going to go for the blues and purples, and then I'm also thinking about this being part of the theme of the concert, which was prismatic, I think is how you pronounce it. So it's like a prism. So I'm going to get my swatch book out now. In here I keep a copy of, or swatch, I made a template for all the colour cardstock I have. You'll see I use Close to My Heart a lot. The reason why I do is because it's double-sided, in that one side's paler and one side's, the second side's paler and the first side's darker, is the true colour is the ink. So I tried to get my cards to match up with my inks. And I also have current cards in here. I have cards that I'm not, the one that's been marked off means it's not available anymore, but I might still have some in stock. So the ones that tick means I have an ink that matches them. Most of them are dye inks, and some of them are really old cards, but because they've been designed, because they're lignin free and scrapbook friendly. They've been designed to last a long time, so if I've still got them, I'm still going to use them. The other thing I do consider is my colour wheel. Looking at different ways, I have a normal colour wheel, I have a close to my heart colour wheel. I'm not sure how current that is, and then looking at, you know, which colours I want to use. So I'm thinking green, blue and purple. So let's have a look where that sits on this colour wheel. So, oh, there's two ways to use it, I thought so. If I wanted to do a triangle or triad colour wheel, it could be, if this is my green for her hair, then that gives me purple and orange. That could work. But let's say if we don't put green in there and we just use blue, or maybe let's have a look if we put, let's try blue. Let's just see how that works. So then that gives me blue, red and yellow, which isn't going to work with my theme. If I go back to the green, which I'm kind of liking blue and purple, so let me try purple now. See, I'm just using this main one here. Purple is giving me orange and green, which is what I had before. I think I want to introduce the blue, so let's see how I could introduce the blue. Maybe if I try this in the blue and green, I'm thinking maybe go for this, it's called Treat Red, so that gives me blue, green, orange and red. I don't really want to do red. I'm just going to use blue. I'm just going to use the colours in the photo, so you can see that I'm going to go blue, green, purple and maybe some orange. You don't really want more than 4 colours mostly, but you can, so just showing you that one. And it depends on what I've got in my stash. I don't always use a whole collection. I might go through I might use 5 different paper collections. So I'm going to pick my blues and my purples. Let's see what we can come up with. It looks like I've used a blue card there, which might be sapphire, or it could have been something out of my stash that I don't know what it was. Sapphire looks like the closest to what my photos will be doing, or maybe I've got another one that's called Bluebird. Let's see how that would go, because that would go nice with her hair. Yep, Bluebird's winning me right now. And then let's say the next colour could be, what did I say, purple. Just looking at the purples in and around. So my colours for purple are, I've got, let's just see what I like. Eggplant's not working for me, grape's not working for me. What's this one? Pansy. Could that work? Maybe it's more of a blue purple. It might even be this one that I might prefer. I don't know how much of that one I've got left, so it's about what I've got in stock. And Pansy is a discontinued colour from Close to My Heart, so that could work. So far I've got Pansy, blue and purple. And what other colour did I say? Green. Let's see how that ties in. I don't have, ooh, what does that one look like? Willow could look good, and it sort of goes with the grass. Or what's this one? Evergreen. No, that's too traditional for Katy Perry, isn't it? So that's the other thing you want to consider, is what you're taking a picture, what you're using. So they're the 4 colours I'm going to start with. So let me go to my stash and see what else I can pull out. After going through my stash, I've picked out these 3 colours. So this one was Close to My Bluebird. I think this is an old Creative Memories one, but I like it because it goes really well with her hair and the grass in my first picture. And this purple one is definitely Pansy, so that's the closest I've got. Now, I'm picking these colours because this is a contemporary modern event, so I want strong colours. I'll just pop those under there because I think the pastel colours won't quite work. But to show you, I've also been through my printed papers, and you know, I thought, oh, this colour might go. And then it sort of does, but then see how it looks a little bit too pastel-y? It doesn't, well, it could work. We'll keep that one in mind. And then this was one of the prints that went with it. I think there were some other things. Oh, it came from a mermaid collection. I'm not convinced that they're the right colours for this layout. And then I kept searching and I found these other ones that I think might work better. So these two here are from a I Heart Us collection. I'm not sure what year, 2018, and it tells me all the featured colours here on the zip strip. So it's telling me Bluebird is one of my colours, so that's worth looking at because that's my cardstock. Canary, Lagoon, Mint, so I can work out which ones I've already got and which ones I could tie with it. Or I can just say, well, I actually like that paper because it kind of goes with the theme of this picture. So how could I incorporate that? So I'm going to add that in here. I don't know if that's still something you can see. And then this is out of the same collection. Oh, it's the other side. So this could work with all this prism idea I had. So maybe that could work on the side there. Not sure. And it ties in that yellow, and then when I flick these over, it ties in all those other colours. So this could be good. This could work. I think I'm gravitating towards this stripy piece of paper that I have here. And now I'm going to see how I can get it in there. So I haven't got a lot of, I've got a lot of photos, so I don't have a lot of room. So this is where I pick up my ideas book and I will start flicking through it. You know, will this kind of go with this? And already I can see I'm starting to put my paper down that way, so maybe not. I'm using this idea from Make It From the Heart Volume 3, from Close to My Heart. They have 5, so I'm actually thinking that this one will work. I'm thinking this can be the green. Maybe this Hessian can be the stripe. Maybe the purple could be this slim bit. So here, actually this one probably gives you a better idea. And then this piece across here could be the waves. So I don't have to do it exactly like this. It can be a jumping board. You can already see I have more photos than in here. But I think it could work. So I might start, this is the plan or the pattern. So I might start cutting some of these pieces as per required and see how I go. One by 1.5. So one is going to go here. If I use the purple, it says here is a zip strip. So I know that's 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to cut these at 1/2 inch. Just make sure it's the same on both sides. No, one side's darker. I think I will go with the lighter side. Doesn't matter, I can make up my mind later. 1/2 inch is here. So that would be there. Oh, it's looking good. There. Right, how much were these ones? So these are C and I. So C and I, 6.5 by 2.5. I reckon this one might already be 6.5. If this one's 2.5 or even less, I'm just, oh, look at that. That will be fine. I'll just leave that as is. So that's that one, and that's that one. going to work. And then this one here, so now I'm looking at this one here or this one here, whichever way you want to look at it. So on this picture it's D and J, so that's 3 and 3. So let's go. So we want the waves this way. So they're both 3. Does it matter that they match? Let's give it a try. We don't know. On different pages, will they look silly? They look like they're meant to be connecting, so it could be better. So maybe I might just cut a little bit off this one to make it look like this one. Maybe 1/4 inch. And 1/4 inch off this one. That's closer. And they're going to go across like so. I think that's going to look good. It's time to bring in my Versamat, because that's going to help me line things up. Let's make sure that's in the centre of the screen. It is. This to the side. I've put little corners in here to hold this in place. Sometimes people put tape on the back. I've just done 3, so that I've got 0 mark there. So this picture is telling me that that's 3 inches up, so let me get my square ruler, or I could just use my Versamat to do my 3 inches, which would be there. Now I need to pull my photos on and see how that fits with my pictures, because you change it around to match yourself. Well, I think that works. What do you think? Let's just do it, shall we? And then we can, that now blends because of the yellow. So let's take this one down. I'm using my APTG here. And we're going back for 3 inches. Okay, I might mat this one, so let's have a look to see how that all goes. Oh, that one goes there. And these will tuck behind, so you won't see them. Maybe I could double mat these, or these look quite nice like this, and I like the direction of her face going that way. I'm quite happy with that. I could mat that, but I actually don't see the point because there's so much going on behind it. Now on my picture here it's saying this would be 2 inches down. What I might do is pop that one up, and then I can put my title in here, and maybe I might centre that. So instead of using the ATG, which is a bit more permanent, I'm going to change to my Creative Memories tape runner, because I can put one in every corner and I can remove it later if it's not quite where I want it to be. I'm thinking it's going to look better centered, and I'm thinking it doesn't need a mat because there's so many colours in there. It's nice to have all those colours around there, and these might all end up parallel, so like so, and title there. Do I need a title though? Because now I'm going to place these down because again I don't think they need a mat, and I'm thinking I'm going to level these up. I eyeball a lot of things, but if you really want to be pedantic, you can use your square ruler and see how, oh, that was pretty good. Same with these, put them in here like so, and then the same with this one. If I want to line that up from the top, I'm just going to put one bit on each corner. Oh, feels like that's running out, and I might line that up with the top as well. Once I've lined that one up, then I can line this one up. And this one could line up, but we know that's not going to be in the same spot. So if that's going to end up there, we're going to end up with this one. Oh, look at that. If we did that there, that's going to look cute. Oh, no, maybe not. Let's center it and that way and to there. And then when it's on, it's not covering it. That one's good enough for me right now. Let's take that one away and get started on this side. So I'm just popping that in as, oh, I better not do that. Do the same thing. I'm going to use my ATG gun again just because it's stronger. Put that in place. Tuck that one in. Make sure I've got the light side on this one. This time I'm going to butt that one up instead of laying it over the top like I did in the other one. Let's get it right. I'm going to pop this one on the same, make sure it matches up with the other side. Again, butt that up. Now I need to remove that. Is it 3 inches? And then it looks like it was a bit shorter, but let's see how that's going to work with my photos. So if I've got this one up here, 3 inches, this one here, oh look, that looks cool. Oh, long way up. Oh, nearly did that. It's going to be 3. These ones are going to, I can lay in there. Move these up a little bit. I think I might line this up with this photo. So about here. I'm just going to eyeball it, so I'm just going to do it in here, just here. Here. So just near this little peak. Right. Let's see how that looks. So we've got 3 inches again, but this time we're not going to there. We know that these are needing to go in the corner, this one needs to go here, and we know this one needs to go next to it. Do we need any of the matted? I don't think so, do you? No, I'm really happy with that. Maybe what I might do is go this away, or maybe centre. Alright, so I'm going to put these pieces down. I didn't actually feel like any of these needed matching, which is interesting. Alright, let's put this one down. That one's going to sit there. I'm going to make that one sit halfway in the purple. Like, I don't like this gap here. Oh, I could put a tab on there. That would work. A tab on there would look good. Maybe move it up a bit more. Okay, so if that one there is going to be here, so I'm just working out whether or not it needs a mat, and I actually don't think it does. I quite like that. So I'm just going to pop that one down. I quite like the white in the page. It's nice to have white areas. Remember that tab I was thinking about putting in? I definitely will be adding that to it. So I'm getting my Gemini Junior setup ready. I'm going to use the green. I think I only need one. And I'm just going to run that one through my Gemini. Just take that out. So I've got this lovely shape here. I'm going to add that to this piece here, and I might just going to use the liquid glue to hold that one down and just pop it on the edge there. And now that fills up that gap, which is what I was worried about. Here is the embellishment sheet that went with the paper pack from 2018, which was a Close to My Heart collection. They do separate stickers now, but then they used to do the ones like this where you could cut them up and use them as embellishments or Picture My Life cards. And then I also got out this silver pack. I keep all of my colours in plastic folders and my leftovers. As you can see, this has been well used and loved, and this was a sticker pack that I picked out of that. So I have chosen to use the hearts, the rocket, and a few other bits, so you'll see that in a moment. Silver heart there, silver circle there, silver heart, silver moon from another set. I've put some hearts here, and I did use this. I keep a little container of 4x3 placemats. I think I have a couple of sizes in here. Some of them I pre-made and some of them are photo placeholder. So here it all is with the tab on there. It's in plastic, so I do apologise for the if there's any glare. I'm just going to show you how to put my flip flaps down. So I'm just going to peel off the back, and like I said, I eyeball a lot of things, so I'm just lining this one up with this photo. That's number one. Here is the end result now that I've stuck them down. So you can see it looks like a cohesive page once it's all together. With these stuck down, I can pull that one out to look at them. It still looks quite nice. Pop them back. I'm really happy with that. I didn't feel like anything else needed matting. If I wasn't going to have flip flaps on this page, then this is what it would look like. I don't feel like it needed any more. I could have put some mixed media on there, but I think there's a lot going on this page. I'm really happy with this page, the way it turned out. Please let me know if you like the content of this page. I'm going to put up a couple more videos you might like to watch at the end from the square boxes. The little circle of my half face is for subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to the next time we meet. Take care.